Peace, everyone. Hopefully, you're all doing well. This is Master Menelek. Um, Coming back after a brief hiatus, dealing with our annual retreat in beautiful NOLA, New Orleans. And, back again, trying to get back into it because I was still suffering from post retreat syndrome. Hopefully, you can help me hear me a little better. Let me see. Is the sound there now? Okay, I can be heard. Okay, cool. Peace out to Naya, little fire starter. Yeah, man. So I'm just trying to get my mind back from the retreat because it was a beautiful retreat. We got a chance to meet up with all of our community members. We got a chance to laugh and play and compete and go through exercises and cry and all of that. Um, and it just experience each other's company. We also had like a really beautiful art presentation that I was blessed to be a part of. Myself and another sister, Margie Marie Art, I'll put a link to her socials and all of her YouTube and stuff in the description below. But yeah, man, it was great. Got a chance to do some painting. Got a chance to relax, and now I'm back to just get back to work. Finishing up the series. We have two more art elements. Well, two, one and a half, because we started on texture, and I want to just hop right back on into it. I think the last video, I should probably review the last video, but the last video we went over different types of textures. I showed you different kinds of elements that one may actually try to create. And I also showed you a couple of examples of, let's say, hair. I think that's one of them I went with because it's one of the things that's most accessible to people. Sure, you may have a wooden desk in front of you, but you're gonna have hair on you somewhere, whether it's in your head, on your arm, somewhere. So you felt hair before. You've seen people with hair. You've touched people's hair. You can tell that um, when you see it, you can tell how it feels, and when you feel it, you know how it should look, or how it's gonna feel before you touch it, which is pretty cool, right? So I want to get into different types of texture. Right, beautiful art show with mead sip walkthrough. Right. Maybe one of these days I'll do some mead videos too. I make mead, which is um, wine, right? Fermented honey. And it's classified as a mead because more than 50% of the sugars come from honey. But we can get into that in another video. I've been meaning to do like mead videos and expand the channel a little bit so it's not just lives of me drawing, but I can show other things that I do, or that we do as a house, me and my consort, um, or even as a community. Yeah, I've been meaning to expand on the types of content that I upload. I just suck at uploading stuff. I'm not good at it. I'll take pictures or take videos and just leave them on my phone. And the only reason that I forget it's on my phone is because I ran out of space when I'm trying to download a funny meme to send to someone. So I gotta do better. But without further ado, we'll get back to our texture, right? And as a quick recap, we went through our other elements of art, which is very important because we're going to be using all of them combined to deal with texture, right? So we had our lines, and let me move my face so you guys can see everything a little bit more clearly. Um, what did I do? What have I done? Okay, that's it. I can leave it there. It's not that big of a difference. But you can see we have lines. You can see that we have shapes. Pretty soon, I'm going to be adding value, which is going to bring form. And we're dealing with texture, right? We're going to be using colors. in this one, just to depict what it is that but we don't necessarily have to add colors, but I'm going to add colors anyway, so you got to practice it. But yeah, man, it's gonna be fun moving forward. And yeah, I don't have any music for you guys right now. I know Radio is chilling in the audience. She doesn't join backstage to help me out, so she's just gonna have you guys sit in silence. You know. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Is this a drawing of the fire we missed at the retreat? Yeah, it is. Let's go with that. Self-denial. Yeah, this is a drawing of the fire that we didn't get at the retreat. This is actually a mountain range scene that I'm drawing. I wonder if I can pull it up. I might be able to pull it up. Yeah, I think I should be able to pull it up. But yeah, it's a mountain range scene that I really like. I got it from Unsplash, which is a really great place to get reference photos that you won't get sued for. It's free to use. But this is basically the scene, and I chose the scene because there's a lot of different textures there. I remember we talked about implied textures and actual textures. All of these would be, since they're coming from a reference photo, they're going to be implied because I have a reference photo and I'm going to try to make it look like if you reach out and touch it with your hand, this is what it would feel like. So that's the meaning behind the title. You touch with your eyes and you see with your hands. Because those are the two different ways that you interact with texture, right? You can look at it, but when there's actual texture that you want to feel it, and vice versa, you can have a 2D flat image, but the shading is so spot on. It doesn't have to be super detailed, but it's so spot on that you can tell this is a rock, this is a fire. That thing, if I touch it, I'm gonna get sick. If I touch that, I'm gonna get I might get cut because it's so sharp. If I touch that thing, my hand might melt off because it looks like lava, so on and so forth. But I'm gonna get into the sketching aspect, and I want to make it clear for any of you who might be drawing at home. And I guess if you wanted to use the reference photo, you could just, I don't know, take a screenshot of it and, use that as a reference. Rewind this video, take a screenshot, and come back to real time. You won't miss anything, I promise. But one of the major things that you have to work with when it comes to texture is values. I think I touched on this in the last video too, but values are super crucial because values determine depth. And when it comes to texture, you're moving in and out, in and out, in and out, back, forward, back, forward. You see the curvature, you see how grainy something is, or how rough something is, or how smooth something is. If it's metallic, if it's reflective, you should be able to imagine touching that thing and knowing what it would feel like. And that's the effect that you're trying to, or the illusion that you're trying to affect. After 9 says, I'll remember this title at the next Anu art show, see with my hands and feel with my eyes. I think, were you one of those who kept reaching out and touching stuff? Was that you? I think of it, I don't know, it might have been someone else. But yeah, I'm gonna get right into it. Let's see, do I have anything in the background? I might. Yeah, good job. Oh, good. So I got music. You did. I see. Ask for that thing. At least you were polite about it. So you guys can't see my reference, but I do have a difference. First thing I want to work on is I want to be zooming in a lot on this one because it's going to require a lot of it's going to require a little bit more fine tuning. Really don't like this. More. Look at me. That's one more food. Yeah, I don't know why this thing is acting so funny. I think that's close enough though. All right, so first things first, I am going to need to do my. So as you can see, I already added some of my highlights and shadows. I'm going to do it first. I'll do the midtones and I'll use the light. Let me just do a little less of it. So the light is sort of coming from the top left. I'm just looking at my reference over there. Because the screen is the image is so large this time around. And fun fact, I really almost never do any type of landscape paintings. It's always a place or person. So this is uncharted territory. Always digital painting, but yeah, that's right. Yes, so the uncharted territory things that you're not necessarily and then getting to things that we're not necessarily comfortable with, we can always grow beyond our safety zone, which usually stops us from progressing forward. I was actually thinking about that. I was telling my brother earlier today about how I basically held up the entire flight on my way back from New Orleans. So there was a delay on my way back. And as a result of that delay, the airline had to basically apologize and give me a complimentary night at a hotel because that was the last flight. Because the flight before it arrived late, I basically missed that flight. They booked me for the first flight out the next morning, right? Early the next day. So But because it wasn't early enough, because my other flight was supposed to be early, I wound up arriving a little later than I was supposed to. I was supposed to arrive the day before and then get a good night's rest and leave. What was it? Early the next morning. And what was it? 9:30. That's when the flight was. The flight was at 9:30, and I was supposed to leave, and come back to Albuquerque. What had happened was the other flight that I caught that I wasn't supposed to get from Florida, that one arrived at 9 a.m. So I was supposed to leave at 9:30 a.m. The flight arrived at 9 a.m. So I had to wait for my bag. I had to go through customs. I had to check in, and then I had to board the flight, right? In this magical 30 minutes. When you say, I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna catch this flight. And as I'm dialing the airline, because I still gotta go through customs, I can't just walk up to the counter and say, yo, I'm checking in, but you guys have another flight. So I tried to call, and lo and behold, they actually called me, and they said, are you so-and-so? I was like, yes. I was just about to call you out. They said, are you getting on this flight or not? I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. I just landed. They said, well, we can hold the flight for you. Just hurry up. All right, no pressure. So, I have to go through customs. The customs guy could see I got a lot on my plate. I told him what my situation is, and he started asking me questions, but then he was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna hold it. Just go. And so, of course, I thanked him. I got through, went to check in. I said, I'm so-and-so, and they're actually holding the flight for me. I need to check in quick. And they, of course, called to make sure the flight was being held for me, to verify everything. And they say, okay, you got to hurry up. But some of the luggage you got, it has to go through special check-in. Oh, okay. So you got extra time. Like, all of this is saving away at the time that I really don't have. But it's still working out. So far, so good. So I wound up going through special bag checking. They checked that bag for the box. Well, they tried to, but it's taken so long that they wound up just saying screw it, and they brought it through to the other side anyway. So I get through there, and now I got to go through the other check-in where you got to put all of the stuff on the conveyor belt, take off your shoes, your belt. So I'm still like, okay, I'm trying to see how this is going to work out. And it actually does. It works out pretty well. I get to the flight, and the whole time, everybody's rushing me. It's like, oh, you're the VIP holding up the flight. I said, oh boy. Bahamian's got a sense of humor. It's like, all right, you got to hurry up, let's go. It's like, all right, I'm coming. So I try my best to hurry up. By the time I get to the flight, I still got my belt in my hand, my shoes untied. I'm just running to the flight. But I managed to make it in time. It was one of my more interesting traveling experiences. The man, it was great. I had a lot of good food that I can't readily access. It was kind of bugged about that. But it was good. It was good. I think we did everywhere. Yeah, it's VIP. How we do. Traveling is that. Yeah, I wasn't panicking on nothing. I was being too polite. I was like, oh no, I'm messing up a mistake. Flight wasn't too late. And that flight's delayed all the time, actually. It's not something that people Again, no one was giving me the evil eye when we got on the flight. Nope. What else we got? Yeah. Maybe little. Look at this. Yeah, that'll work for now. Hey, don't hate the player, right? Don't hate the player. Hate the airline. Okay, so you guys can see clearly that I am adding in some shadows for the rocks. And in order to make this clearer, I am going to add some deeper shadows to it, right? Which is necessary in certain parts right here.
I walk this path as a warrior. I'm a black road on this red road. Here we go. Black road on this red road. Here we go.
I'm being mindful of the light source with this.
Boldly, fearlessly,
In that direction.
we won't leave. Strong ones were long gone, marching on through the hells and storms. Though
And
a
on the radio,
ripped
feel free to jump in and help with the music.
we're
Nothing wrong with
going home
multitasking.
where we belong. Finally, the eye can see those order steps, the path ahead. Hold on, hold black rose on this red road. Here we go. Nobody knows. Hey, black rose on this red road. Here we go. Here we go. Only heaven knows. Only black rose. Oh, my brother on this red road. Oh, my sister. Here we go. Come on. Nobody knows. Come on. cry,
Please, sorry.
I'm a wounded warrior. When I cry, oh, 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 I cry. Black rose on this red road, where we go.
I'm just trying out beats or music that the radio already has loaded up here. Yeah, it sounds about right. Oh, Sovereign Eats. I'm just making a landscape image, and I wanted to go over different types of textures that you might encounter in just real world, right? But first, I gotta go through the steps of adding values and making sure the shading is right, and then coming back later and adding some of the more finer details, right? But thank you for joining, and willfully, my DJing skills are on par. Yeah, they ain't good. Who cares? Ooh, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah. I'm trying to find something I could just play and leave it alone. It's just we got it. Sounding all right for now. That's what I said with the last one. It's very cool. Okay, that's what's going on now. Oh. Wouldn't do bad. Wouldn't do bad. What's this? I'm like a kid just pressing buttons.
Louisa.
wasn't too bad.
Weezer.
shadows, highlights, and forms, at least on the rocks. I think I could just focus on these for right now and deal with the fire do that later. But for right now, we have fire, wood, we have rocks. This is actually a river over here. and we have some metal over here. I tried to get, and we have some trees, right? I tried to get all of the different textures I could gather. So between this and the next one, we're just going to be dealing with solving problems. Like I said, I don't do landscapes. So this whole thing is just, okay, how do I make this thing look like this thing, right? For right now, I have some midtones, I have some shadows. I want to get some softer midtones to separate the highlights from the rest of the values. I want it to be a little bit less sharp. So I'm going to take this one and make it a little lighter. Actually, make it that way, make it so. And now that's a little lighter. So let's see, what's the lighter parts over here? This is light. I'm trying to not fall back into my old habit of trying to put too many details down. That's over there. Okay, let's see. I actually got yeah, I'm really resisting the temptation to fall into old habits. I just want to get values down as quickly as I can. In addition to different types of content, I want to try and get some short form content in there as well. Because I understand how, like, I really appreciate your riding with me through these lives. I don't know if I could do it. Only if it was one of y'all. But in general, I have to be really interested in a live to ride through it from start to end if I saw a stranger doing it. So yeah, man, thank you all for riding along. That actually isn't the right tone for that. I need something lighter for that. But this can come down here. And you can tell when our new radio takes over. The transition is so much less jankier. Sexy chocolate. Sounds so good, don't you agree?
So it's hangups on the south side. Why would fly right over the love we'll see? Up ahead, the love land. Soon you'll understand. Have you ever been to electric land? The magic carpet waits for you, so don't you be late. I wanna show you a different emotion. I wanna ride through the sounds and emotion. Electric woman waits for you and me. So it's time to take a ride. We can cast all your hangups on the south side. Why would fly right over the love we'll see? Up ahead, the love land. Soon you'll understand.
Trying to get some of these darker tones down. Oh, you came on a little late, Sovereign Aids. I'm envisioning a setting, but I'm using a reference. So you can see me keep doing this. I'm looking at a reference on a separate screen. But I think I can show it. For those who may be coming in a little late, this is what I'm looking at. Okay. And I'm just putting in values right now, and after I'm done with setting in values, I get some color. Is when I'll probably start working on the file. But right now, it's just there as a placeholder. I want to do each element separately, so I'm going to do the stones first, and then maybe move on to the fire. And after that, I'll deal with the earth element, water element, and then the metal element, which is going to be the car that I have drawn from a separate image. When I decided to do this, I had Chinese energy systems, and they go with their 5 elements as opposed to the 4 elements that we typically use. We typically focus on water, fire, earth, air, and that's it. Water, fire, earth, air. Whereas they focus on water, fire, earth, wood, and metal. Water, fire, earth, wood, metal. Not so much the air. But I was thinking about it just in terms of different textures we may encounter. That's what made me want to look for an actual landscape, because it has multiple sources of texture, multiple types of texture in a single space. I don't know why I chose to torture myself with it, but I was like, all right, I'll do it. I'll learn the ways of can actually use this. I learned the ways of landscape painting. Oh, select. Let's go. Honestly, this is starting to get kind of intuitive now. For some reason, sometimes when I'm using a reference image, I tend to go rogue. I would see what's going on there, but then I would see certain patterns and I would want to explore that way. So it's almost like going off of a trail, off of the beaten path, into another more interesting route. So far, so good though. I've been able to stay more or less faithful to what I'm drawing. So it's looking a little bit better now. Again, I'm just trying to separate these shapes, give them some volume and some autonomy. Because they need to look like they're occupying space and not just floating somewhere. And of course, with good help, is going to add some shadows to it as well. Because light isn't just coming from the sun, it's also coming from the fire. So I also have to be very mindful of that. Like in shapes like this one, actually kind of lit. So all of these red tones are going to be replaced by a gray, but they all have like a reddish undertone, so you have to be mindful of that as well. But most of the lights are going to be gray, and the shadows are going to have that reddish tone to the blue. It's going to be a little bit cooler though. Just a little bit. Screw some to this side. I'm still trying to keep these sessions at least an hour and a half. I don't want to torture nobody. But again, they're mainly just for me to sort of practice, get some skills up, try out new ideas, explore concepts, and eventually make more dedicated content. Not just sketching live, but also showing like real techniques or more finished pieces. There's actually an art competition that's held every year here in the Bahamas by the central bank, and I'm looking to enter into that one. I haven't really done anything public for a long time, so I'm interested in seeing how I do in public. I'll enter. I'm not gonna say I'll do my best. Like, nah, I'm not coming in with that type of energy to say, well, I'll try, and if I fail, you can't blame me for trying. I'm gonna try to win, and even if I expect to lose, I'm still trying to win. Let's see how good I am if I try my best, as opposed to doing something half-assed, just in case it doesn't work out. That's one of my favorite quotes from an anime. His teacher was trying to drill his lesson into his student's head about his tendency to only give so much of himself, and that way if he fails, he can always say he wasn't really trying. Or get some sort of excuse. I'm not gonna erase. I'm gonna use this pen. Is this song legal on the radio? I want to get shut down. I always wondered where our natural music taste comes from. But I see no reason why I should like Latin music as much as I do. Well, I can't say that. I think my grandfather used to play Congo drums, but I think he learned it in a Latin style. That just rubbed right off on me. I can't help it. I think I'm getting over these rocks. Just a couple more. Soften up the edge a little bit. I think it's crazy how I was just complaining about having to use this tool a few months ago. It's getting there, getting there. I don't think I necessarily need this dark sky. There's some shapes in there, but I'm not gonna. But yeah, we can go back down. We can go back down. Everybody getting left out. Okay, so that's our textures. Those are rocks. Well, that's our values. Sorry. Textures are still to come. This one, I want you to do somehow mixture of this town and the other town. Oh, thank you for this motion on the radio. The theme is rain, oddly enough. I just finished doing a whole bunch of flood myth paintings. And I still got some more to go. So that's kind of interesting. So, yeah, I've been thinking about rain all this time. Increase the size of this. That's a good color for the palette. Let's go back here. See if I can just ease some of that in there. Ain't that better? Okay. Radio. On the radio. Oh, trumpet was a little loud. I was saying the theme of the competition is rain, right? In some of the brief it says, but I think I can pull it up. Can I? No, I can't. That's what, it's too long. It takes too long. But it's rain, and it's talking about how we're basically surrounded by water here in the Bahamas, but we still have to wait for rain when it comes to the life-giving water that is necessary for survival. I think it's an interesting concept to explore. I'm looking forward to see what everyone comes up with, because I always miss these things. I'm always in my bubble, and I'm working to get out of that bubble and into some more, just being more active in the artistic community here, being a bit more impactful as well, because there is a lot that I can do more than just, being in the shadows and showing up every once in a while like a ghost and then disappearing again. Okay, so let's try a gray. Yeah, it's more of a yellowish gray because of the line behind it. Why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me? Alright, so I'm going to try to start adding some textures to this now. Well, not try, I'm going to start adding some textures to this now on these rock formations. And then, still got some good time left. So let's see, make this a little bigger. This is going to add some depth. And there's something that I should have said earlier in the beginning. Maybe it would have helped me to remind myself. But I'm on a digital platform, so I kind of got a little bit of leeway in terms of sorry, I got distracted. This scene is set up a little bit wrong. Okay, so this needs to start here. Actually, what I could do, and what I shall do, is based on what I was just saying. Usually when you're doing a landscape portrait or any landscape drawing, you want to make sure that you do the background first and then gradually bring everything to the foreground. Because remember when we were talking about color and value and light, you have ambient light, which is basically light that has been diffused because it's been bouncing around so much. So there's sort of a light haze. Let me see if I can show you guys. Who's talking about green? Money? Oh, he said green. Oh, God, it's like green. It was rain. But yeah, I'm just gonna pull up this thing really quick. Okay, so you see how in the foreground, all of the colors are sort of crisp and bright and sort of defined, but there's also lots more shadows. The further you get out, the less you can see those shadows. The further you go, travel into the background, because light is diffusing a lot more. Of course, with this image, just taken with a really good camera. I typically I'm a sucker for contrast, so all of my reference photos usually have a lot of contrast in them. But with the foreground images, you usually see much crisper colors than in the background image. Like, if you can see my mouse, I don't think you can. The trees on the left-hand side, notice how they're much darker and greener than the ones on the right-hand side, which are further in the background. And it's that decrease in saturation that's going to allow our eyes to tell us, okay, these trees aren't in alignment with each other in terms of our sense of depth. We perceive the ones on the left to be closer because they're much darker and much greener than the ones on the right. And the smoke from the fire helps to create the distinction, as does the distance between this part of the closer part of the land versus the land on the other side of the river, and the stone that is shown overlapping the river, which is showing us that it's much closer as well, right? Because it's given that hierarchy privilege. That is a good point on the radio. Rain, yeah, it's twofold. It's like life and death. Yeah, so I can't wait to see what Genius brings forth too. I don't know. Okay, I'll desaturate this a little bit. Yeah, so I get to cheat because you can't see all of this though, right? No, you can't. Huh. You know why you can see all of that? Because this should be down here. Aha! Now you can't see it, right? And that's how it should be. Like, so you can see if I was using pen and paper or paint on paper or on a canvas or something like that. If I do this, I basically defeat the purpose of drawing my stone first, because I still need a background. But because I'm essentially cheating and I'm using a digital platform or a digital program, I could just move these layers back and forth. But it took me a real long time before I realized that the concept of layers meant what goes in front of the other. You know, that was kind of one of the reasons why I didn't really mess with digital art too much. Because I don't understand what's going on here. You know, what's a layer? You know, I didn't like it, so I just went for a bunch of different stuff. I went with Multimedia, you know, which is not the type of energy I want to carry forth. I want to do stuff that's challenging. I want to do stuff that's exciting, you know, as opposed to this. I can draw. Yeah, that's all right. Make what? Want to fight about it? Yeah. Catching sessions are kind of like what you call an accountability partner. It's keeping me very much accountable for everything that I set out to do. It's just actually goes into this color, right? A little more mustardy, not musty. And then saturate. I'll be toasting this. What have I done? Where is this? Oh, okay. I see right there. I was scared with that. So again, I'm just lightly blocking stuff in. And we'll have to come back over this with some more defined shapes. Spray comes more to the foreground too. Toothbrush. Oops. Notice I'm going in one direction. Left to right. Left to right. And this is where I kind of spliced it into two photos. So this goes here. Or not. You got some colors. You got some greens. You got some yellows. Dark green, darknesses. That's about right. I'll do the lighter part and then on the darker stuff. This one I can't just do with a regular round brush. I wonder if I got any other brushes. Some of my favorites. This weird stuff. Just trying to think. Do I have any? We call it daggers. No daggers. Okay. All bottom this one. Let's try this one. Let's try two crystals. Huh. Might be cool to something else. That's the wrong one. What would it? Just going side by side. Yeah. Oh, I added this one. Oh, the dot I added. Oh, so I added. And the angles should be Did I do that? Yes. I can do that. Science. What else I got going on there? Okay, let's go angle. Let's go straight up. Here's spacing. Closer together. That's good. Dynamics. See what I'm doing now. No, that's not what I want. Run that. next was that's what I did. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I tried. I'm gonna get used to it. People actually make a living off of selling brushes or just making stuff like that. But I'm not gonna be doing that this time. I just want to try it out. I just need a square brush. Flat dry might be good enough. Okay, but why though? It's extra part of the things they don't show you. I didn't do what I needed to. I do. Alright, so none of them work the way I wanted them to. Ain't you the guy who said he wanted to end these lives earlier? Ain't you him? Let me take this down a lot more. For a little patch of grass. This is gonna go behind that. Right now, that's what that is. That's it for gray and grass. Everything else is gray, and that's about it. We'll probably add some more margin and stuff. This ain't a part of the original painting. Yeah. Everything else is just gray. So we have this gray. I want to make it super dark. I want to make this thing small.
Purchase your track today.
See if I can add some texture to this. Oh, that's right. Let me hit this one. Mm-hmm. The texture is, you can't just be all willy-nilly. Certain edges are sharp, other ones are a little bit more blurry, or what they would call soft. So some got hard edges, and others you got soft edges that blur and blend in. Mm.
Hold it in and take a trip. Lay your palms in my hand. Slowly, slowly, thoughts are drifting. Here I've only thoughts of you. Who are we to each other? Hero of the night, I breathe you in. I'm no damsel in distress, but I only hold sweet thoughts of you, sweet thoughts of you. All the pieces, pick yourself up and make them one. And the other side of them, the heat that we get in the morning sun. Count the feeling, time and the place that we believe in. And there's a second to none, barricades down the lives unspun. And as you know, you're a piece of it. And as you know, you're a piece of it. And as you know, you're a piece of it. And as you know, you're a piece of
See if I could get this work now. Different brush than the one I started out with. It's just so small. Make these. Oh. Nope. Yeah. You that. You know, it's nothing. I don't know what that. The down's all good. There's Caribbean, a bunch of Caribbean people in the audience. But that movie is funny though. First you tell me it's a doll, man. Now you tell me you're not seeing it in the doll. Okay, that's what's going on now. That's a little bit. Beat you till you remember everything. Even your granny birthday. Let me check the chat. How much y'all even know what I talking about? Because I read over here cracking jokes with myself. Y'all ain't in the room. Uh-oh. Darkness is spreading. Music pop up. It's turn up time. It's the shoulder movements. Alright, yeah. I wonder what might obscure movie reference.
what they got to do is great. There's no that. Oh, this was going on here. You were supposed to be here. How do I do this? Oops. Oh, hello. I mean, you. I already see. That's another one I have to work on off screen to get the rest of it strong. That's it. Or at least with the medium I'm using. I would just need a little bit more time to properly use it. That is what's called for. So this needs up a little bit. Fix the spacing. Did you stop that? Scattering. Work.
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.
Texture stuff is rough, man. Need that one. See if I can come back and do anything useful with these. Let me go back to this brush.
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.
Oh wow. That was scary. I think I know what I should be doing now. Yeah, I'll do this. Starting to get the hang of using layers, but I think a layer would make sense here. If I don't like something, I can remove it without taking too much of the actual painting with me. Getting close to the 2-hour mark. I might wind up hanging it up a little bit. In a little bit. I just want to get something. I think that concludes right there. It's actually another rock. And it comes down like that. It's a whole nother rock. And of course, I'm using this gray as a shadow because I want to retain the option to add darker values in the future. We don't want everything to be the shadows are black and the lights are white. We want there to be cousins and nieces and nephews and neighbors and stuff like that. That way you could always actually use black and white as your absolute darkest and lightest colors. Mhm. Hopefully these shadows are helping. I think they are. They're looking so. You just gotta work on it a little bit more. I think I took some artistic license there. Made these shapes a little bit more simple than they are in the reference. Mhm. Come on, baby. I think that's it. Didn't do too many details as far as depicting textures go. For the most part, I just laid in. Yeah, so it's all fun. They kind of sort of look like cards of Play-Doh, but we'll get there. We'll work it out. But that's it for this session. We're just dealing with getting the stones rendered and getting some color laid down. Well, sort of color, getting values laid down, right? So we did lines, we did some shapes, we did some color, we did some form with the values. Now we need to make sure that we get that texture in. Okay, so that is it. Let me see if there's anything else being said around here, around these here parts. Teasing Mayakira Eaton. Yeah, I know you guys were over there at True Health Live, which I would recommend everyone follow as well. And check it out. You all were talking about dance today. And I was just sharing my chair, dancing achievements. But
Elements. Which element for you is the most challenging? I would say the ones I haven't tried before. So, for the most part, I've done up to color. So I did line, I did shape, I did value, and I did color, right? And for some reason, I keep spacing out on the other one. I know there's texture and space, but I keep spacing out on what the other one was. What is it? Line, shape, color, something, value, and then there's texture, space. I keep spacing out on the other one. I don't remember the other one. No, I said value, but yeah. If I don't remember it, it's probably because I don't do it often enough. So yeah, but line, shape, color, and no, that's it. Form, line, shape, color, form, value, texture, space. Yeah, that's all 7. I would say texture and space are the most difficult for me because I don't do them often enough. So I'm in dangerous territory here, and I'm using a weaker element, one of my weaker elements, in a weaker application of drawing and painting, which is landscape. Because usually when I'm drawing or painting anything, there's a face involved or a human of some sort. But we'll see how it goes. How else do you grow except to get into that unfamiliar territory and sort of stretch your legs a little bit, like dancing, you know, but you're sitting in the chair. All right. But that's it for me. I'm going to close out. And when you see this again, it's going to look, or you're finding texture challenging as well. This was a pleasure to experience. You just got here. I know you're gonna look at the replay though. I thank all of you for always showing up and showing love and sharing and all that stuff. But that's it for me. I'm signing out. And next strong, we're going to be continuing this piece. I'll probably have more done. I always go back. Yeah, see, I know you do. I'm gonna have more done on this piece, and you'll have like a contrasting image. But until such time, peace, everyone. Be well.